Good morning, children. This is a video lesson of your math. So, actually lesson na natin ito siya no last week. This is a sort of review and then a guide as well sa inyong activity na sinend ko sa inyong teachers. Hopefully, na-send yun nila. We are going to check that one on Thursday. This is our first bar or bar graph rather in our drill activity for this morning. So, ang title ng ating bar graph is Tita Maria Sari-Sari Store Sold Items. The bar graph below shows the number of items Tita Maria's Sari-Sari Store in a week. So, we need to answer this question. How many items were being sold in Tita Maria's Sari-Sari Store? First, tingnan muna natin ano yung mga given, or rather, before the given pala, we need to understand what is being asked. Ano yung question? Again, nakita na natin ito. How many items were being sold in Tita Maria Sari-Sari Store? Next, what facts are given to solve the problem? The problem. Okay. So, ano yung mga facts meron tayo? Meron tayong mga data, this one, we have 60, 90, 40, and 80. And then, we also have the given variables. So, you have loaf bread, powdered milk, tas yung data na under sa kanila, ketchup, and canned milk. Ito yung mga pangalan daw ng items. And then, that is for the x-axis. Ang y-axis natin, ang nakalagay dyan ay yung number of items. Ilan yung number of items na binenta. So, ito yung number. Pareho sila ng data na binigay. Magkapareho sila, no? And then, the next question is, what is the operation that you are going to use? So again, meron tayong 4 lang na operation sa math. We have multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So nung first quarter pa yan, or in short, MDAS. So alin sa 4 ang gagamitin ninyo? Which among the 4 are you going to use? Okay, if you answered addition, then you are correct. Or yung pag-add or mag-add tayo. And then, what is the complete answer? So you're just going to add everything, no? Let's try to solve using this space. So you have 60 plus, or ito na lang pala para mas madali. 60 plus 90 plus 40 plus 80. Okay? So ano ang answer natin? Sino ang makabigay ng answer? 60 plus 90 plus 40 plus 80. Ito pala ay drill pa lang, children, no? So, pag mali kayo, okay lang. Hindi pa ito yung given activity. Okay, if you answered 270, the answer is correct. Tama yung answer ninyo. Next, we have another set of bar graph here. So, ito siya ay isang horizontal bar graph. Single, hindi double bar graph. Ito yung ating title, number of coconuts harvested. And then, sa x-axis, andito yung name ng variables natin, which is yung sa months. And this is the y-axis. The x-axis, andun yung number of coconuts. Okay, now the question here states that how many more coconuts were harvested in July than in January. So, ibig sabihin, children, alam nung question na mas marami ang number ng coconuts sa July kaysa sa January. Ang gusto niya malaman, ilan yung diferensya. So, we are going to look for the difference. So, when you say difference, ang gagamitin natin ay subtraction. Pero bago yan, i-double check muna natin yung process natin. Now, we need to find first what is being asked. Intindihin natin yung questions. So, how many more coconuts were harvested in July than in January? And then, what are the facts? As mentioned before, ito yung ating facts. We have the x-axis containing numbers of coconuts. And then y-axis yung ating variables and yung data per variable. And then, ano yung ating operation na gagamitin? It will be subtraction. So, what exactly are we going to subtract? We are going to subtract yung data ng July, which is 130, minus yung number ng or data ng January, which is 100. So, equals to n. At yan ang ating number sentence. Yung unang sinusulat natin sa ating mga kailangan i-solve. Okay, ayusin ko lang yan. Sandali lang. So, ano ngayon ang answer? 130 minus 100, the answer is 30. So, if 30 ang answer ninyo, kayo ay tama. Remember, children, that in solving problems, always use the following steps. Ito siya ay na-lesson na natin dati. Nung first quarter pa lang, ganito tayo mag-solve ng word problems. We always follow these 4 steps. You need to understand what is being asked, plan, you have to know ano yung operation na gagamitin natin, and then you proceed with solving. So, gagawin nyo na yung pagsulat ng solution. And then, look back and verify or recheck your answers. We are going to do one more drill activity before tayo mag-proceed doon sa inyong bring home quiz, I think. Or mahulog ba siya na, yes, that actually is a bring home quiz. So, recorded yun siya. Okay? Eto ngayon, meron tayong vertical bar graph, pero hindi siya single bar graph, it is a double bar graph. So, double vertical bar graph ang buong pangalan niya. And ang title nitong bar graph na ito is Adrian's Rating in Math and English. When you say rating, yan yung kanyang grade or percentage. So, meron tayong lesson in percentages nung nag-solve tayo for decimals. So, pahapyaw lang na nadaanan natin. When you say pahapyaw, kadali na to siya giagian. Now, sa x-axis niya, meron siyang rating. Again, ito yung grades ni Adrian. Ang y-axis, doon nakalagay yung summative tests niya from first, second, hanggang fourth quarter. But, kung mapapansin ninyo, dalawa lang yung subject kasi nga double bar graph lang siya. Ang orange, yan yung ating math, and yung English, yan yung color blue. Now, ang tanong dito, what was Adrian's rating in math during the first summative tests? May 4 tayong tanong, no? So, ilan ba yung grade ni Adrian nung first summative test niya in math? Sige nga, tingnan natin kung mas-solve nyo ba. Okay. Okay, ito na yung ating tanong dito. What is Adrian's rating in math during the first summative test? Again, tingnan lang natin ito. If you can see, ang ating orange na line ay nag-end sa 80. Therefore, yung kanyang score ay 80 sa math nung first quarter pa lang. First quarter pa lang yan. Next, we have question number 2. How much higher is Adrian's rating in math than in English in the third summative test? So, hindi na natin titingnan ang fourth quarter, second quarter, at first quarter. Ito lang third quarter ang ating i-check or ang ating pagbabasihan ng sagot. So, we are going to look at yung summative test niya sa third quarter and i-compare natin siya yung dalawang scores niya. So, eto yung math. Asan siya napunta? Nasa 90 siya. Eto yung English. So, Adrian got 85. But the question is, how much higher? So, the question knows na mas mataas ang math kaysa sa English. How are we going to solve that one? So, we are going to solve that by subtracting math from English. Okay, so we have 90. Sulat muna tayo ng number line or number sentence minus 85. Uy, ayaw niya mag-minus ng maganda. So, we have minus 85 equals to n. Okay. So, ano ang sagot niya? 90 minus 85. The answer is 5. So, 5 points ang lamang ng math ni Adrian kesa sa English nung third quarter. We proceed now to number 3. Which test did Adrian got the same rating? So, madali lang to. You're going to look for the summative test na pareho ang kahaba ng kanilang bar graph. So, syempre, walang ibang sagot kundi ang fourth quarter. Siya lang yung pareho ang score ni Adrian. Same rating. Pareho ang score ni Adrian na 90 sa both math and English. Okay, lastly, hindi pa pala lastly, fourth pa pala, we have here another question. Which subject did Adrian had the higher rating in all 4 summative tests? So, titingnan natin ngayon sa 4, asan dito ang pinakamataas na score ni Adrian? So, kung titingnan ninyo sa first quarter, mas mataas ang math. Second quarter, mas mataas pa rin ang math. Third quarter, same math pa rin. Pero fourth quarter, pareho lang sila na 90. Pero sa 4, palagi na math ang pinakamataas. So, ang answer dito sa number 4 ay math na subject. And for number 5, what can you say about the rating of Adrian in the summative test, in all 4 summative tests? So, gagawa kayo ngayon ng parang conclusion. So, you can say, kasi titingnan mo siya, that Adrian has a higher rating in math than in English. Pwedeng ganon. Remember, children, so summary ito siya that there are 2 kinds of double bar graphs. We have the horizontal bar graph and the vertical bar graph. Vertical axis and horizontal are the axes. So, plural ng axis is axis of these bar graphs or of these bars. Double bar graph is used to display 2 sets of data on the same graph, and it compares one set of data to another. So, ang purpose talaga ng double bar graph ay i-compare natin yung same variable siya, pero meron siyang dalawang data within dun sa variable na yun, no? Trends can be seen with data presented in the graph. When you say trends, ano yung parang pinakamarami na answer? Yun yung trends. Inference is an intelligent guess. So, through inferencing, maiisip mo na, ito siya. Mas malamang si Adrian, mas mataas pa rin ang math na makuha niya sa susunod na years. Ganun. Or mas mababa siya sa English unless mag-tutorial siya. Ganun. Kasi siya, educated guess ang inference or inferencing. Observing the trend of data in the graph can help you in forming inferences on what is likely to happen and in making wise decisions. So, kung matatandaan ninyo, meron tayong lesson sa ESP dati, no, or kung na-lesson nyo na ba yan siya sa ESP na paggawa ng, o pag-decide ng tama, paggawa ng mabuting desisyon man yata ang title talaga nun. So, paano ka ba gagawa ng mabuting desisyon? Hindi lang siya nakakasama or nakakabuti sa iyo, na-observe mo talaga na yan ang dapat gawin by collecting data. Hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-table, pero kung gusto mo gumawa ng graphic organizer, okay lang, or bar graph, okay lang din yan siya para makita mo ano ang mas mataas, ang mas pabor sa'yo o ang mas pabor sa ibang tao. Ganon. So, ganun ang paggawa ng decision-making styles or example na lang, itong ma-experience natin na mainit na mga panahon. Siyempre, mas tataas ang kuryente natin pagka ganitong mga panahon. Alam mo na yan kasi may bar graph sa inyong electrical bills. Kahit yung tubig tumataas pagka summer. So, ano ang dapat mong gawin? So, through inferencing, meron ka namang data, pwede kang mag-isip ng mga possible ways para hindi na tumaas ang bill ninyo sa kuryente. At yan, children, ang reason bakit importante ang lesson ng bar graph. So, again, may assignment kayo. Nandun nakaprint na. Yun ay medyo mahirap. Pero, using this video, I hope maka-answer kayo, no? Guide lang ito siya. Yung kada number, iba-iba ang kanyang needs. So, listen or rather, use inference para alam nyo kung ano ang dapat isagot doon. Huling slide na ito, ang purpose nito ay para tulungan kayo na intindihin kung bakit ganito ang inyong assignment. So, meron kayong double bar graph na vertical bar graph siya. So, double vertical bar graph ang buong pangalan niya. At pinapakita rito na may dalawang canteens daw. Gina and Trina are canteen vendors. Recorded their sales, medyo wrong grammar yon pero sige na lang, for 3 weeks. They prepared a graph presentation of their sales. So, ang title nitong bar graph na ito ay Food Sales in 2 Canteens in 3 Weeks. Siguro sabihin na natin na si Gina ang may-ari ng first canteen, second canteen ay si Trina. X-axis, andyan yung week, kailan sila nag-collect ng data. You have first week, second week, and third week. And dito naman sa amount in pesos. So, ilan yung kanilang kita? Ang pinakamataas, andyan nakalagay. Okay? Tapos, meron kayong mga questions rito. So, per question, iba yung kanyang hinihingi na answer. Okay? Basahin lang mabuti. You follow the 4 steps. Basahin lang mabuti. You analyze the table. Kasi nga, iba-iba yung hinihingi. And, if may kailangan na isolve, you refer sa MDAS or dun sa mga previous na videos. Hopefully, makatulong yun siya sa inyo. Okay? Ang deadline nito ay sa Thursday. And yes, again, recorded ito siya. So, hanggang dun lang yung lesson natin. See you on Thursday, siguro, kung wala akong video bukas. Okay, bye!